A celeb has offered my girlfriend to stay at his house in USA for 3 days. So I bought a cameo video for my GF's birthday. She's a huge fan of the guy and the video was done months in advance and was ace. I was dying to give her it and eventually caved and gave her it few days before her b-day. She loved it. Anyway, few weeks later she gets a message from him on Facebook. We both thought it was a bit weird and started trying to work out if it was real or not. Regardless, she kept talking and the profile looked legit. She eventually said she wasn't sure if it was him or not and he video messaged her confirming it was. It was ace. She asked me if I minded her talking to him and I said hell no, it's ace as long as it nothing inappropriate, why would I mind? At some point she posted a pic on her story of her in a Uzi. Then when we were sat together a message popped up and was then deleted by this guy. She asked what he said and he said something like, "There's room for me in there, so now for me red flags are flying." This guy has been accused of sexual misconduct by a few people and has cheated on his wife, partner, etc. Then he started to offer to fly her over from UK to USA to show her round his collections, and record a song and watch movies together and stuff. To me, I think it's creepy and I said I wouldn't be comfortable her going over staying at a guy's house without me when the picture I have of him is starting to be pretty shady. Am I being controlling? I'm now being told I'm emotionally manipulating her and I'm being controlling. I love my girlfriend and we're expecting a baby. She doesn't have many friends and I can see how happy it made her when the guy started talking to her all from the cameo request. I don't know what to do. Advice? You're not being controlling. Fuck that dude. If he's down to fly out both of you, cool. If not, tell him no thanks. You're not controlling when you're legit protecting your family from potential harm. That's all you're doing. Clearly he isn't a good person and she needs to be less gullible. My girlfriend would have cursed him out for being inappropriate. Where are you located? If you and your girl want to visit US, let me know. Has she indicated she actually wants to do any of these things with this guy? Report this to Cameo maybe? He wants to fuck your girlfriend and if she goes, hell be fucking her. It's not controlling or abusive, no one would be okay with their partner playing groupie. It's not the 1700s and he's not the King of France. Okay. Any ideas on who the celebrity creep is? Cuz come on, we all want to know lol. So she wants to fly to another country to meet this guy. Yeah, she needs to cut contact with him ASAP. That's not okay. That's not manipulative. It sounds like you really were cool with it until you were given reason not to be. I wouldn't be cool with it either. If you shared that it made you uncomfortable and why and she's choosing to ignore that and say you're manipulative, that is an issue. Like serious issue. If this dude has a bad representative with women, you have every right to be concerned. He could be grooming her. If she goes you must break up with her. Expressing negative feelings about your GF's decisions is not emotional manipulation. By saying this, she essentially is telling you that the way you feel about things is invalid and terrible. If anything, she is manipulating you by saying that. If a celebrity offered you an expense-paid trip to the USA, how would she feel about it? Dating for 2.5 months and asked to be exclusive. Been dating this girl for 2.5 months and asked to be exclusive with her. She said she didn't know yet but that she wasn't talking to anyone else. She didn't say yes or no. A bit afterwards she made a joke about how I don't really know her yet but want to be exclusive. We ended up making out and being playful and the date went okay. She also met my cat. Am I being led on? The answer she gave makes it feel like she is wanting to date me until she finds someone better. My plan is to back off a bit and start dating other girls again since she didn't say to be exclusive. Edit. We are both religious and expressed interest in not having sex yet very early on. Edit 2:1. I was talking and going out on first dates and second dates with other girls while talking to her. 2. I broke up with the others when she started calling us a relationship. Then I addressed exclusiveness. 3. She did not know about the others. 4. I did not stop dating before dating her. Finally, she goes from very playful and very affectionate to keeping her distance several times in the dates. I let her do her thing, it hasn't bothered me much. We have been getting increasingly affectionate. For example, last night after the conversation she was smacking my rear, initiating kissing, grabbing onto my hand and play wrestled me. 2.5 months and she doesn't want to be exclusive? If you're over the age of 18 then in my opinion she's leading you on. Again, it's just my opinion, but I think she's using you as a placeholder in case anyone she likes more comes along. Then she doesn't have to feel bad because you weren't exclusive. My advice: Run away from people like her. Ask her what it means for her. It could be that the commitment itself means something different for her or brings up something from her past. It also could be that she doesn't see committing to you, although her actions might really not suggest that. Have a conversation with her in time. 2.5 months and she doesn't know. That's a hard no, buddy. Stop wasting your time. She's not into you at all, or she has her eye on someone else. These are the only two possibilities. It's time to just nope out of there. Your plan is a good one. You stuck your neck out and asked her for exclusivity, and she didn't give you that fuck yes you were looking for. She's not the one. Demote her to casual, FWB, and keep looking. If you meet my cat and she likes you, we are exclusive. She's a massive kitten bitch. Seriously, though, if after 2.5 months you don't know, it's time to move on. She's stringing you along. Maybe going against the grain here, but 2.5 months isn't a long time. She isn't speaking to anyone else, and she said she wants to get to know you a bit more, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Communication is key. Work out what that means for you. If you like her, and she likes you, that might be worth working out. Now, saying that, you should do what feels right for you. A lot of it depends on how many dates you had over the 2.5 months. If you see each other every 3 weeks, that's only like 4 dates. If you're seeing each other 3 times a week, that's a lot more. I've met a guy once who was not treating me like a girlfriend but wanted to be exclusive. Maybe it's something like that? I really felt like he was asking me something totally inappropriate, because why would I be exclusive with someone who doesn't bring the full package: time together, interesting activities and conversations, sex, love. I don't have a relationship with me dad anymore. Skeptical smiley face. This is a long and very sad story, but I want to get help. My whole life I've had an amazing relationship with my dad. We think really alike and generally share great memories. However, a few years ago my parents divorced and it left me feeling really sorry for my dad, so I decided to live with him. It was my senior year of high school. Everything was going smoothly for me, but my dad was in a very deep depression. He ended up jumping the gun and dating a woman almost immediately following his divorce. I told him I was concerned, but he didn't listen. She ended up moving in with us and everything changed. She brought her 6-year-old daughter who was super hyperactive, and she was so cheap she would yell at my dad for buying me basic necessities. I was only 17 at the time. The whole situation was highly traumatic for me. Little by little, my dad's entire personality changed. He would yell at me all the time and we never fought before. I ended up going to college, but I remained faithful to my dad, always checking up on him and sending him gifts, etc. He ended up getting my step-mom-ish pregnant. Sigh. Ultimately, at this point in my life, that woman has eroded all that was left of my dad. I went to visit him after not seeing him for a while. I live in a diff state, and he was a shell of the father I once adored. He spent my entire time there ignoring me. Literally at one point we were sitting on the same couch and he kept talking to his girlfriend. And she's so toxic that when he left for work, she yelled at me to take an earlier flight home. I miss my dad. The him I knew before all this bullshit. I just wanted to vent. Maybe someone somewhere will care. I'm considering calling my dad and telling him how I feel, but I feel like he'll never be the same. What should I do? I hate to be pessimistic here, but stories like these seldom gets a happy ending. The most you can do at this point is stay away and live well for yourself. You can shoot him a message saying you'll be there for him if he needs you from time to time. But sadly, your dad needs to hit rock bottom if you want a relationship with him, and even that is not a guarantee. You're very welcome, and I'm here as always, so don't hesitate to hit me up and talk if you need to, or whatever. Whatever you need. Slightly smiling face. What is it about new relationships that gets parents revved up to ignore their own children? Leave a tiny window open, but go on with your life. Maybe look for a grieving counselor to work through your feelings of loss, because in a way the dad you knew is gone. Even if his girlfriend disappears from his life, I doubt he will be the same that of your better childhood days. That's not how this works. He made repeatedly decisions that hurt you. Also, if he comes back wanting a kidney, please don't. You have done everything you could do and beyond. You are not a bad daughter, son. You are a good person that deserves a good life. Go make a family of your own, with friends and family that really loves you and shows you every day they do. You should tell him everything you've said here. Your dad has chosen his path, and it doesn't include you. Venting is good in this case, as it is just not fair this woman has made your dad disappear in front of you. I'd concentrate on your studies and your own well-being for now. Bond with your mother and spend the holidays with her. Make a memory board of you and your dad in happier times. I find messaging my absentee dad quite good. Just send occasional messages to say happy birthday, or a picture. He can read them without pressure and knows the connection is still there. He has years of babies and small children in front of him, so don't get your hopes up and pine for what might have been. Live your best life and treasure your memories. I understand how you feel, and it does hurt. Went through it with my dad. He also had depression and was finding love in all the wrong places. We would argue, curse at each other and not talk for months, then talk like everything was okay, and the toxic cycle would continue. However, he always had me in his heart. One day, he found a woman that shared real love with him, and it was so beautiful to see the way he blossomed and grew. Talk to your dad. Tell him how you feel. Tell him everything. I didn't know the demons my dad dealt, and I can't imagine them, but I know I was his world. I pray and hope you guys reconnect. And who knows, he could be in a better place mentally when he comes back around. This is similar advice I will give other people. Your dad seems to be a victim as well. My dad went through this, but he's back to his old self now, sorta. Anyways, if you ever find a chance to get alone with him, talk with your voice, not through text, and be completely open and honest. Tell him how's he changed, and you guys used to be close. Now, he probably won't break up with her, but maybe next time they have a fight or argument he'll probably see that you were right. However, she is probably not the type to leave, and she is pregnant, so she has a lot to dangle over him. Update. Parents are angry. I, 26M. Wanna do adoption instead of keeping baby. I was going back and forth if I should make an update on my post, or not. Then I thought, what the hell? Didn't expect so much support, especially to everyone who sent me lovely DMs and others I've shared some personal stuff with. It helped get me through an emotionally draining time, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was a process, but the baby is now living with the cousins that I mentioned in my original post, and they seemed very happy. Just wish them good luck, and there's still a few stuff we gotta iron out, but he's with them now in their home state. My mom didn't want to talk to me for 3 weeks because she couldn't believe I gave him up. And he was her grandson. Then she wanted to reach out, only this time I was the one who didn't want to talk to her. A lot of angry feelings, but my dad convinced me to at least have a sit down with them. We had a much more deeper talk about what happened. They heard everything that I needed to say to them. Especially about their lack of support for me, the fact that they wanted me to raise a baby born from my rape when it made me feel so revolted. My mom was crying when I was telling them everything, and she told me how sorry she was for not thinking about how much this was hurting me. Pretty much admitted they got so caught up in the idea of a grandchild. They promised they understood now how I feel about the baby, and they'll never try to bring it up again or find out where he is, since I never told them which state the cousins lived. Part of me wants to believe them, but another part is still skeptical. We're taking things one step at a time. Not letting them into my life again completely, but still having open communication. One thing is for sure. I'm glad things worked out with her cousins, and I feel so much lighter now than before. Been a tough few months. If you ever need someone to talk to about adoption stuff, please feel free to send me a DM. I gave my child to a loving and wonderful family about 10 years ago, and even still it's rough for me. So, I have an open ear if you need one. You should give the cousins your medical records, by the way, in case some health issues come later on. That's a lot to have gone trough. I hope you can find some peace from this trauma. Wish you the best. You did the right thing. Nobody should live with proof of their trauma, and nobody should grow up being resented by their carer. I hope you know it's normal to feel a lot of different emotions when you're healing. Best of luck, Op. I know there's a lot of feelings here, but you made the best choice for you in this moment. That's all we can do. Make sure you did everything legally, and please, if you can, seek out a support group and/or individual therapy. I'm so glad that the cousins could adopt the kid. And I'm so glad that, once those few things are ironed out, you don't have to worry about this anymore. I know that therapy didn't work for you, which is unfortunate. But I hope you found some ways that can help you cope with what's happened to you. Even if it's just distracting yourself. I'm proud of you for sticking to your guns and being cautious with letting your parents return to your life. It must be so awful not be able to count on the two people you'd think would be your biggest ally. You definitely did the right thing, not just for yourself, but also for the child. I know someone who also born under shitty circumstances. She was taken in and raised by a loving family, distant relatives, who gave her a happy childhood. She's grown up to be a well-adjusted adult, graduating from college and starting a family of her own. It's your body and your choice, and that makes it for your parents to STFU.